thank you so much, guys, for sticking around. Really appreciate it. This session is only going to last for 10 minutes, so I am what stands between you and drinks. So please stay around. Microsoft have been supporting underrepresented minorities for many years, but what's been great in the last few years is that we have launched a dedicated underrepresented minorities function within Microsoft for Startups, and my role is to lead that. I look at how we can improve benefits, how we can look at putting on special offers, and creating programs especially targeted at uplifting people like you and me to develop their own businesses and indeed grow their careers. And I wanted to spend a few minutes at the end of this session to talk to one of our founders. We're privileged to work with thousands of really, really talented, underrepresented founders, and I've got one of them here with me today. And I just wanted to spend some time talking about your story and what you've created using Microsoft.
Sure, thank you very much. Can everyone hear me okay? Yeah, how's everyone doing? You enjoying Black Tech Fest? Come on, are you enjoying Black Tech Fest? Thank you, much, much better. Well, yeah, so thank you very much, Nathan. Yeah, so my name is Marcel Thomas. Maybe we can just give a bit of background on myself. So I grew up in Germany, born here in the UK, grew up in Germany, and so you can imagine not much representation. So you can imagine seeing a festival like this with lots of black people in tech is just absolutely amazing. So definitely a privilege to be here. But yeah, for me, I had a relatively early start into tech. My father actually is a developer. So when I was 11, we always had like the latest software that would be brought into our house. And I remember just studying design, graphic design, 3D design. And this was at 11, by the way, so not playing with toys or anything, just worked and just got deep into tech, really. And after that, really, when I was 16, my father sat me down and said, you know what, and it was very official, he said, you know what, now you need to learn how to code. So he taught me about everything that I needed to learn about the web, JavaScript, HTML, CSS, just every kind of programming language. And I just kind of immersed myself in being able to build products. And I really had the joy of, being able to write code and then being able to see something on the screen and being able to share that with people. So that's really what kind of started off the foundation in building something in tech. So kind of fast forward, I've been privileged to be able to work with companies such as Sky, so working on a project called The Pacific. After that, I joined Amazon for a while, so I was there as a senior interactive designer, working on really amazing brands such as Google, Samsung, Sony, really amazing brands. So you can imagine kind of starting off as just a developer and then being able to join such brands was such an amazing experience. After that, I actually joined a startup because I wanted a bit of a challenge. I joined a startup called And Digital, amazing company. It was only 10 of us at the time. And he had no clients, and we kind of grew that to be over 1,000 people, 1,000 employees, and getting clients such as British Airways as well. And that was my introduction into consulting, the world of consulting. From there, and then I also was able to work on enterprise projects, so again with British Airways, and that was a really great kind of experience being able to build enterprise level kind of applications from there. But something that I've always enjoyed throughout my career is being able to build products. So being able to just write code and build a product from scratch, coming up with an idea and just building something. And so I decided, you know what, now it's time for me to just start my own company, which I did, jumped ship. I gave in my notice, started my own company, built a product, launched it, and thankfully an investor from the States took notice and they invested in my company. So I got funding for that, which was absolutely amazing to be able to kind of go through that whole process. And that just allowed me to just continue to build products from there. But coming kind of more recently, I've been able to build products with AI, because I think I've seen kind of all these different products throughout the years, which have had different hype cycles and products that have come and gone. But AI, I think, is really different, because people can kind of see immediately, once they start using it, the benefits that it has. And that's kind of what I'm looking to build now, is to build a AI assistant that's being able to use it for everyday life. So we're currently testing it with various different groups. One of them is a psychiatrist. So she's able to use it to be able to look through all of her notes, like load all of her notes in, and then just be able to ask the AI and say, hey, can you give me a summary of my patient sessions for the last few weeks? And it's able to respond with a cohesive kind of response from there. So we're just looking for kind of the practical ways of how AI can actually make use in people's lives every day. But yeah, so that's what I've been building. From there, I can kind of then go on to Microsoft. So we joined Microsoft for Startups, and it's been an amazing kind of smooth onboarding experience. We've been able to, because they obviously understand AI in great depth, we've been able to build out our solution very, very quickly. So we've been able to use Azure OpenAI to be able to have that as a large language model, which is kind of like the foundation for what our AI is. And yeah, so definitely if you are looking to kind of look for a cloud provider, I would highly suggest speaking with Nathan afterwards. But yeah, so that's just kind of a bit of background on myself, what I've been building. But I often get asked, like, how do you get into tech? How do you actually just get started? And I would say that the best way to start, and I can maybe speak more about the programming aspect of it, is just start building something. So don't try to think about, okay, I need to solve world hunger. Like, you don't need to solve the whole world's problems. Just think about it one problem at a time. How can I get a piece of text on the screen? Okay, you've got that. Move on to the next stage. How can I change the colors? How can I change the font? How can I now link 2 pages together? And then all of a sudden, you can start building that up, and you then can put together a blog, and then just start solving problems in that way. Then even also, you can look at kind of things that you face in your everyday life. So let's say you deal with spreadsheets very often and you need to automate certain things. Think about how you can do that with code. And that's how you then just start solving problems. And that's how I started, really, is just be able to solve a problem at a time. And then I grew that into a company, which then got funded, and now I'm continuing to grow that. So yeah, so don't let anyone tell you that, oh, it's too difficult to get into. Just get started. And I think this kind of conference is a testament to many different people who have done it, are doing it, and are doing it successfully as well. So yeah, that's what I would like to share with you today anyway. So thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much. It was so inspiring to hear kind of your journey and what you've built. Microsoft really is all about just that. It's just starting with an idea, and we've got a product called Founders Hub. Thank you. We've got a product called Founders Hub, which is an online platform to take that idea and to kind of build it. What I'm launching here today is Microsoft's for Startups AI Prize, and this is open to anyone in the room. So I'm launching a prize which consists of £2,000 cash, coaching, mentorship from Microsoft professionals, and access to Microsoft's URM AI program. And that's open to anyone here in this room. All you have to do is to submit your idea. We want to hear the best AI startup ideas, whether it's something that's running already or whether it's something which is literally just an idea in the early stages. You've got until the end of the month to submit this idea, and we'll review them and pick the winner. You can come and find me, or you can find these cards around the room with the QR code for details on them. But for now, all that's for me to do is to thank you all for coming to the conference and to invite you to join us out for drinks, which Microsoft have kindly sponsored. And thank you for coming for the conference today. I appreciate it.